What's up everyone? The first official trailer for Shrek 5 has finally arrived, and after watching it multiple times, I think Dreamworks may have just answered one of the biggest questions fans have been asking for years. How do you bring Shrek back after more than 16 years and make it feel fresh while still feeling like Shrek? And honestly, after watching this trailer, I think their answer is surprisingly simple. You take everything people loved about the original movies, you age the characters naturally, and then you throw them into complete chaos. The trailer opens in a way that immediately feels familiar. There's that classic fairy tale atmosphere, the comedy, the ridiculous situations, and of course, Shrek and Donkey. One thing I noticed right away is how much Dreamworks seems to be leaning into nostalgia. The trailer feels very aware that an entire generation grew up with these movies. Instead of trying to reinvent Shrek completely, they're reminding audiences why they love these characters in the first place. The biggest surprise for me wasn't Shrek or Donkey. It was seeing Fergus and Farkle as teenagers. For years, Shrek's children have mostly been background characters. Suddenly, they're old enough to participate in the adventure. Shrek is no longer the reluctant hero from the first film. He's a father raising teenagers, and based on what we see in the trailer, that seems like it's going to be a major part of the story. One of the most interesting scenes in the trailer is the prison sequence. Shrek, Donkey, Fiona, Fergus, and Farkle all end up locked up together. We don't know exactly how they got there, but if there's one thing the Shrek franchise has taught us, it's that nothing ever goes according to plan when Donkey is involved. The scene immediately captures that classic Shrek energy where ridiculous situations somehow become even more ridiculous. I mean, looking at Donkey singing "Baby Come Back" from inside a jail cell might be one of the funniest moments in the entire trailer. Another thing worth talking about is the city setting. The trailer makes it clear that a large portion of the movie is going to take place outside Shrek's swamp. In fact, reports about the trailer describe the story as a big city adventure. That's interesting because Shrek has always worked best when he gets pushed outside his comfort zone. Whether it was Far, Far Away, the Kingdom of Dulac, or the alternate reality in Shrek Forever After, the franchise thrives when Shrek is forced into unfamiliar situations.
Oh, this is bad!
Now let's talk about the animation, because this is probably the most discussed part of the trailer online right now. The characters definitely look different. The animation is more detailed, more expressive, and much closer to the visual style Dreamworks has been using in recent years. Some people love it, some people aren't completely sold on it yet. Personally, I think it was inevitable. The last main Shrek movie came out in 2010. Animation technology has changed dramatically since then. Dreamworks was never going to make this movie look exactly the same as Shrek Forever After. What matters to me is whether the characters still feel like themselves. Another thing I noticed is how much the trailer focuses on comedy rather than plot. We still know surprisingly little about the actual story. We don't know who the villain is, we don't know what the central conflict is, we don't know why the family ends up in jail, we don't know why they're traveling. Dreamworks is keeping all of that hidden for now, and I actually think that's a good thing. Because the goal of this first trailer isn't to explain the movie, the goal is to reintroduce audiences to the characters. Now let's talk about someone who isn't really in the trailer, Felicia. Zendaya was announced as the voice of Shrek and Fiona's daughter, and many people expected her to be heavily featured in the first full trailer. Instead, Dreamworks seems to be saving her for later marketing. That's interesting because it suggests she might have a much bigger role than they're willing to reveal right now. Usually, when studios hold back a major character, it's because they don't want to give away too much about the story. Overall, I think this trailer accomplished exactly what it needed to do. It brought back the classic cast, it showed us how much the characters have changed, it introduced the next generation more clearly, it gave us some genuinely funny moments, and most importantly, it made people excited about Shrek again. Let me know down below what you thought of the new trailer, whether you like the updated animation, and what you think the story of Shrek 5 is going to be. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.